Welcome back to Education Express, my dear friends. Today we'll be doing arithmetic progression exercise 10E. Now, this exercise is far more interesting as compared to what we have done before for a simple reason that many a time people do ask a question that, sir, arithmetic progression to सीख लिया, but sir, उसको where do I use apply in my day-to-day life? My dear friends, this chapter is very interesting and seriously going to be very useful ever in your life as well. टेक दिस सिंपल एग्जाम्पल. मान लो मैंने मेरी बाइक ली है और आपके पास आपकी कार है. वी स्टार्ट एट द सेम टाइम. नो माई स्पीड इज वेरी कॉन्स्टेंट. आई मूव एट द रेट ऑफ 10 किलोमीटर पर आवर. मैं 10 के स्पीड पे ही चलाऊंगा. सो 1 घंटे में 10 किलोमीटर्स, 2 घंटे में 20, 3 hours 30 एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फॉर्थ. माई फ्रेंड who has bought a car, of course yes, कार में इनिशियल हिकअप्स होता है बिकॉज ट्रैफिक के कारण. सो हिज इनिशियल स्पीड इज जस्ट 6 किलोमीटर पर आवर. लेकिन वो हर 1 घंटे के बाद उसकी स्पीड 2 किलोमीटर से बढ़ा देता है. दैट मीन्स इन फर्स्ट आवर ही कवर अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ जस्ट 6 किलोमीटर्स. सेकेंड आवर सर 8 किलोमीटर्स. थर्ड आवर सर 10 किलोमीटर्स. बिकॉज हर घंटे में उसकी स्पीड 2 से बढ़ने वाली है. नेक्स्ट 12. सो सर दिस इज अ सीरीज ऑफ एपी. सर आपका चार्ट ऐसे लगेगा कि आपका फर्स्ट आवर में आपका 10 है, सेकेंड आवर में भी 10 है, थर्ड आवर में भी 10 है, फोर्थ आवर में भी 10 है, फिफ्थ आवर में भी 10 है. सो अब सवाल ये है कि वी बोथ स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम हियर. दिस इज माय मोटरसाइकिल एंड दिस इज योर कार. सो आफ्टर n नंबर ऑफ आवर्स कितने टाइम लगेगा नहीं पता है. माय डिस्टेंस कवर्ड मतलब वी आर गोइंग टू मीट एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. आई एम मूविंग एट 10 किलोमीटर पर आवर. यू आर मूविंग एट स्टार्टिंग विद 6, 8, 10, 12. ऑफ कोर्स यस, आपकी स्पीड बढ़ते ही जाएगी तो कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग मिलेंगे आफ्टर सम आवर्स. सो लेट्स से वी मीट आफ्टर n आवर्स. बिकॉज माय स्पीड वाज कांस्टेंट 10, सो द डिस्टेंस कवर्ड बाय मी वुड बी 10 मल्टीप्लाई बाय n. दिस इज नॉट अ एपी सीरीज. दिस इज नॉर्मली 1 घंटे में 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. सर 6 hours में कितना होगा? 6 into 10, 60 kilometers. That is the distance covered in 6 hours. So distance covered in n hours would be definitely sir distance equals to speed into time. आपकी speed 10 की है and आपका time n hours है, so it's going to be 10 n. What about this car? Sir यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12. Sir if you want to add this all, then you have to apply concept of AP. AP में sum of all would be SN. SN का formula apply करना पड़ेगा. So you will get to know the distance covered by car. Wherever they meet, the distance covered by motorcycle and the distance covered by car will be same. Only then they can meet. So based on this concept, we are going to do our first question. So pay attention to what exactly the first question is trying to explain to us. Two cars start together in the same direction from the same place. So two cars are starting together. Car 1, car 2, their start point. All right. The first car goes at a uniform speed of 10 km per hour. So the first car speed is sir 10 km per hour. एकदम common, it's not forming a part of AP. First hour में 10, then 10, then 10, then 10, so on and so forth. The second car goes at a speed of 8 kilometers per hour in the first hour and then thereafter increasing the speed by half kilometer per hour each succeeding hour. So it started with 8 kilometer per hour, then 8.5 kilometer per hour, then 9 kilometer per hour, then 9.5 kilometer per hour, so on and so forth. So the starting term was 8. Difference is 0.5 because 0.5. These are all kilometers. Now both the cars are going to meet after some hours. Let they both meet after n hours. We don't know n. So they meet after n hours. So my dear friend, distance traveled by car 1. How much will be the distance traveled by car 1? Sir, distance equals to speed into time. Speed is 10 km and time is, sir, as you said, n hours. So it's going to be 10n for car A. What about car B? So for car B, these are the distance traveled, total distance. Distance traveled in n hours for car 2. Car 2 का total distance traveled means sum of all these things would be Sn. Would be how much? Sir, n upon 2, 2a. What is the value of a? 8. n minus 1 into d. So d is 0.5. In short, if I started over here and we both are going to meet at this point, so the distance traveled by both of them is going to be the same. So as per condition number 1 and condition number 2, हम लोग जानते हैं कि जहां पे भी कार दोनों मिलेगी दोनों का डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल्ड सेम होने वाला है. डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल्ड इज 10n. So in other words, 10n is going to be equal to n upon 2, 16 plus n minus 1 into half. This 2 will go over here. 20n equals to n 60 plus n into half, 0.5n minus half. That gives you, sir, can I cancel n? Absolutely yes. 20 is equal to 16 minus half, 15.5 plus 0.5n. So when you open it up, 20 equals to 15.5 plus 0.5n. This comes on this side, 4.5 equals to 0.5n. If you want to write 0.5n as half, you can write as half also. So this becomes half into n. Half comes over here. Or you can say this can be written as 9 upon 2 equals to n upon 2. 2 cancels. So n equals to 9. That means they will meet at 9th hour. My dear friends, it is a very simple question if you understand that very nicely framed. One car is moving at a uniform speed. अब सोच लो अगर 9 hours के बाद क्या हाल होगा. So after 9 hours, I might have covered 90 kilometers. Over here, so definitely let us check. 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can check, you can total this. I'm sure you will get total as 90 only. How to do this? This and this will become 20. This and this will become 20. That's 40. This and this will become 20. That's 60. This and this will become 20. That's 80. 80 and 10, 90. So my dear friend, verification is also done. Whether or not 9 is the correct answer or no. Such a simple and a sweet sum. It's going to really help us most of the time. Let us move on to the next question. Question number 2. A sum of rupees 700 is to be paid to give 7 pies. Question number 2, my dear friends. A sum of rupees 700 is to be given as a cash prize to the students of the school for their overall academic performance. If the cost of each prize is rupees 20 less than its preceding prize, find the value of each prize. What it intends to say that the school wants to give actually 7 cash prizes. So how many cash prizes are there? So there are 7 cash prizes. What is the total money that the school has? So total sum equals to rupees 700. How much we will give? So let the first term be A. So किसी को A मिला है, D is given to you, common difference दिया हुआ है, the price given to every successive student would be 20 less than the preceding one. So it's going to be minus 20. इसका मतलब ये होता है कि अगर फर्स्ट प्राइस 200 रुपए का है तो सेकेंड प्राइस 180 रुपीज का है, थर्ड प्राइस 160 रुपीज का है. मान लिया जाए फर्स्ट प्राइस 150 रुपीज का है फर्स्ट प्राइस, सो सेकेंड प्राइस उससे 20 रुपए कम, दैट वुड बी 130 एंड सो ऑन. So D is going to be minus 20. All the relevant information is available except A, sum. So that means Sn equals to, sum is always Sn, n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So sum is given to us as 700. How many prizes? Sir, 7 prizes. What is the first prize? Sir, we have no idea. What about the prizes? Sir, 7. 7 minus 1, 6. What about d? Sir, it's minus 20. So minus 20. Now we can easily solve this. 7 ones are 100. Sir. 100 into 2, 200 equals to 2a. This is going to be minus. So I am going to write over here minus 120. Break this on this side. 320 equals to 2a. A equals to 160. So my dear friend, the first prize would be 160. Then 120 less. So 140. Then 120 and so on and so forth. This is how exactly we are going to distribute the prize among the 7 students. I told you it's going to be very, very simple and easy. Let us move on to question number 3. What it says, an article can be bought by paying 20,000 at once. पसंद आया आपको कोई भी एयर कंडीशनर? Go, purchase it, pay 28,000 right now. Now since you don't have to pay 28,000 rupees right now, आपके पास suppose let us say 28,000 rupees अभी नहीं है, then you have a scheme. By making 12 monthly installments, if the first installment is 3,000, that means you said that I'm going to decide and paying 12 installment. My first installment will start with 3,000. I have to pay how much? Sir, your total amount to be paid was 28,000 rupees. But sir, you decided to pay in 12 annual installments. See, I'm reading the question. An article can be bought by paying 28,000 at once or by making 12 monthly installments. If the first installment being 3,000 and every other installment is rupees 100 less than the previous one, 100 less than the previous one, so the next installment would be 2900. Likewise, if you notice, your A is going to be 3,000, your D is going to be minus 100, your N is equals to 12. मैं पता करना चाहता हूँ कि सर अगर ये मैंने immediately कैश में ले लिया होता तो I would have paid 28,000. Because I don't have 28,000 to pay, so uncle is explaining the scheme. Under the scheme, I have to start paying 3,000. After that, 2,900, then 2,800, so on for the next 12 turns. Can we work out, sir, what will be the total of all these things? Don't you think this is a question where it is connected to our day-to-day life? Many a time when we go to buy a mobile phone is available for 40,000 rupees. If you pay 40,000 rupees right now, immediately you will get the phone. Or else the uncle will explain to you, beta, you can buy the phone, pay 4,500 right now, then pay 4,400, 4,300, 4,200. That means a difference of 100 lesser for the next 12 months. And uncle will explain to you this scheme so well that you will be tempted to buy it. But then see what is the consequence of that, buying an installment. How much extra you are paying, you will come to know right now. Let us find out some of all these things. So S12 is going to be 12 upon 2, 2A. 2A would be 6,000. N minus 1, N is 12. 12 minus 1, 11 into D. So D is minus 100. People say that taking things on installment is very risky because they will really take out your skin and you will find it extremely difficult. It's always better to venture in cash transaction than to go for any such installments. 11 into 100, 1100. 6,000 minus 1100, 4,900. So 6 multiplied by 4,900. That's going to be 30,000. So 29,400 rupees. It's going to be 29,400 rupees, my dear friends. Remember, if you would have bought this particular phone for 28,000, your cash payment would have been 28,000 only. But because you are going for a particular scheme of 12 months, eventually you are paying 29,400, which is 1,400 rupees more as compared to your 28,000. See what question they are asking. First, find the amount of 9th installment. That means the amount of installment paid in the ninth month. Also find the total amount paid in the installment scheme. The total amount paid in the installment scheme is 29,400. If you wish to find out the ninth installment, you can find the ninth term. Ninth term is A plus 8D. We have to find the ninth term. A 3000 plus 8 multiplied by minus 100. It's going to be 2200 rupees, which is ninth term. Remember, my dear friends, in the question they have not asked how much extra you are paying, because they really don't want to open your eyes. Okay, when you actually go under any scheme of installment, eventually you are going to pay more. They are going to exploit you poorly. So my dear friends, remember, installment and debt are always dangerous. Once asked, tell me which is the heaviest thing on the earth, a smart person replied, it's not iron, it's not even rock. The heaviest thing on the earth is the debt. That means the borrowings. Once you borrow, you have to keep paying the interest for your lifetime. So my dear friends, before venturing into any kind of borrowings, do remember such examples and think over it. Refrain yourself from borrowing unless there is no other option left for you. Alright guys, let's move on to the next one. Question number 4. A manufacturer of a TV sets produces 600 units in the third year. So third year production is 600 units. This is question number 4. Third year production has been given to us. A manufacturer of a TV sets produces 600 units in the third year and 700 units in the seventh year. So seventh year is 700. Third year ka third term is available. Seventh year the term is available. It is given that assuming that the production increases uniformly by a fixed number. So production is increasing uniformly by the fixed number. That means what they mean to say is D is positive. That means it is increasing in the fixed number. That means the entire series is in AP. Supposing let us say it is 50. 50 will become 150. 150 will become 250. So it is increasing by fixed number. Fixed number means the difference between these two. The difference between these two, they are going to remain the same. What they mean to say is that the series is in AP. Since the increase is in fixed amount. T3 is available. So can I say A plus 2D equals to 600 is the first equation, because this is nothing but 3. T7, that is A plus 6D equals to 700. That is the second equation. My dear friends, when we solve, we'll get the value of A, we'll get the value of D. We know that once we get the value of A, once we get the value of D, only thing that we need to find is the value of N. Depends on the question. What they are asking? Find the production of the first year, that is A. Find the production in the 10th year. So you have to find out T10, which is A plus 9D. If you have the value of A and D, you can find out the production of 9th year or the 10th year. And finally, the total production in 7 years. You know what do you mean by total production? Total production in 7 years would be sum of the production in 7 years. That means SN, S7. So N upon 2, 2A plus 7 minus 1 into D. Find the value of A and D from here and substitute in this to get the production of 7 years. Such a simple question it is. Question number 5, just look what they are saying. It's again a very simple question. I'll give you a hint to the solution. You try and solve by yourself. Gupta repays her total loan of 1,80,000. So loan amount 1,18,000. Total loan of Mr. Gupta by paying installment every month. If the installment for the first month is 1,000, so he started with paying 1,000 and then it increases by 100 every month. So the next month it will be 1,100, then 1,200, so on and so forth. Can I say A equals to 1,000? Can I say D equals to second term minus the first term, which is 100? What is the total amount Gupta has to pay? 118,000. What amount will she pay as the 30th installment of the loan. What amount of the loan she still has to pay after 30th installment? So we have to find out first what is the 30th installment, T30. We also have to find out how much amount has been paid till 30th installment. मतलब 30 installment तक गुप्ता ने, मिसेस गुप्ता ने कितना पेमेंट किया है? The question is, Mrs. Gupta has taken a loan of 1,18,000. She has to pay the loan. So she started paying. Start किया है 1,000 rupees per month pay करेगी and then it will keep on increasing by 100. अगर आपको पता करना है कि सर 30th टर्म क्या होगा, तो T30 is going to be A plus 29D. Immediately पता चल जाएगा कि 30th टर्म क्या है. What is the value of D? 100. So sir, 30th installment would be 3900. At the end of 30th month का जो इंस्टॉलमेंट आएगा वो 3900 का होगा. अब सवाल ये है कि सर उसने 30 इंस्टॉलमेंट पे कर दिए हैं फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ में से. सो 30 इंस्टॉलमेंट में टोटल पैसा कितना पे किया होगा? सर 30 इंस्टॉलमेंट में टोटल पैसा जो पे किया है वो है S30, which is n upon 2, 2a. 2a is 2000. n minus 1, 29 into d, which is 100. 15, 2000 plus 2900. 15 multiplied by 4900. So you'll have to multiply 49 into 15. That's 5,000 minus 100. This is my way of doing it. Please don't follow the same technique. 73,500. So when you multiply 15 into 49, you will get 735. So 73500. This much amount is paid. इतना पैसा हम लोगों ने पे कर चुके हैं 30 months में. बैलेंस अभी भी बाकी है बिकॉज लोन अमाउंट 1,18,000 है. सो बैलेंस अमाउंट ड्यू will be 1,18,000 minus 73,500. So it's going to be 504. That's going to be 78. Perfect. So my dear friends, the total amount which is yet to be paid is 44,500. Let us see what is asked in the question. They are asking us what amount will she pay as a 30th installment. So find T30, 30th installment. And finally, what amount of loan she still has to pay after 30th installment. So after paying this much amount in first 30 installment, the amount still due will be 118 minus 73,500. So my dear friend, this is question number 5. With this, we are done with this exercise. The only last exercise, that is a miscellaneous exercise which is left. Almost all the questions are very common. Only few of them are bit difficult. Rest all are very, very simple. Sincerely try the miscellaneous exercise and do give me your feedback. I'm sure you guys will like it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Stay blessed.